Good morning.
Good morning. So this is the
Good
time
morning.
you can unmute yourselves if you want to do it all at one time. This, like I said on the first call, if you're here or not, if you're able to see it, this is very, very casual. This is no big deal. Like this is for us. This is for you. I want you like now giving your feedback of how was week number one because as I said, this is not something that's pre-made. I'm building this for you as we go. You also notice that you don't have any workouts yet this week because I want to know how the workout went for you because I'm gonna build on top of it. Because I personally think it was too easy and I want to hear from you because I want to like kick it up a notch, but also I don't want to do it too much that is overwhelming. Now, this is the time to let's do one at a time. So we're gonna go in the order that shows me here. Dabby, can you speak a little bit on your driving? Is it okay to talk a little
Yeah,
bit?
sorry, I'm on the road. Well, I'm actually at a parking lot right now.
Sorry.
Last week I started more with, to be honest, I had pulled a muscle. I lifted one of the boxes. I was redecorating my daughter's room, and I thought the box was not that heavy. And the minute I pulled the muscle in my back. So it kind of it kind of put a break on me starting my challenge as I wanted to.
Mhm.
However, I did start it with the nutrition part, which is, it's a little tricky because I have to think about the amount of protein I'm taking, because usually I'll take protein, but I'm not thinking of how many eggs should I eat that is going to account for,
Uh-huh.
for the remaining of the day. So that to me is where I have a little challenge. I did look at the workout.
Mhm.
I did. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do much because I have pulled a muscle. I feel much better this week. At least I feel better today.
Okay.
So I did, however, looked at the workout, and it was something attainable. I mean, I walked. I didn't log anything because it didn't feel like it was proper. But I did a little walking. I stretched a little, some abs, but as much as I was able to do. So I know this week I'm more feeling more the focus. So I can't wait. Even if it's a little bit add on, I want to get to it. That was a little bit of frustration. I know I have to just kind of go with the flow. I can't do anything besides just, take it easy, and at least did start on the food part,
Mhm.
the nutrition part, which is a little tricky. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So hopefully this week I'll have a better judgment on how the workouts will go. But I did see, however, it was light, per se. So I didn't feel like I was able to do a couple of things, but not to log that in. I didn't feel, right there to do
So
it.
as we're gonna talk, I'm gonna be already coaching all of you because probably what happened for Dabby is gonna happen for most of you. So a few things that we need to work on. Ciao. Mom and dad are staying here. They flew in for the We're heading to the beach. Um, so a few things. First, yeah, it is challenging the nutrition. That's probably the part that's gonna get the most of us, as like, oh, I had no idea I was under eating that much protein. And yes, it's a little bit of an extra effort to have to log in things like that, but I want you to think that that's not for the rest of your lives, because it is annoying, waiting your food and going on the app. And I understand. I've done this many years. Now I get to the point that I don't have to do it anymore. Just but thinking of doing it and trying to be like aware, it already does the job because I know how much protein has on most foods that I usually eat. If it's something new, I won't know. But if it's something that I usually eat, like cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, steak, or protein powder, I know how much it has because I've done the work of tracking. So just understand that that is an effort you're probably going to have to do for a while, but then it's going to get easier. So number one, that's that. Uh, Second thing, which we're going to talk today on the second part of the call, is we're going to talk about the importance of protein and why I'm so adamant about that, especially for all us women who are in that same like position in our lives. Like we're all over 35 here, I guess. I want to say to play safe. So how important it is for us to really nail down our protein intake right now. This thing is tripping me off. Stop flashing. Let me take this thing off. Third thing, my love, I saw your message. I'm sorry I didn't reply. It's been a crazy week since I came back from Brazil, but there's no excuses. It's always crazy for all of us. But the thing is, pull the muscle. I understand you didn't want to work out, and I think you did right in doing so. I don't want you to get hurt more. But the thing is, the nutrition part is the most important thing. So I don't ever want you to think that because you're not doing everything, it's not worth doing a little bit. It's always worth doing a little bit than it is doing nothing. We have this mindset regarding health and nutrition and fitness that either we do all of it or we do nothing, and that hurts us so much because it's not a all or nothing thing. It's there's levels to this. So doing a little bit is better than doing nothing. Doing a little bit more is always better. Everything, a single little thing more that you can do, it gets better. But think about, okay, I can't work out because we think like that. I can't work out, so I'm not even going to pay attention to the nutrition. Is the contrary. I can't work out, therefore I need to be so much more cautious with my nutrition because I'm not working out. So kudos to you for paying attention to that. And also another third thing that I wanted to check. Whatever it is that you do, log on the app, because the thing of the app is not that I'm checking on you, which I am, but is the habit of being aware and conscious of doing things, of doing those little habits. Because remember, this is, yeah, we're gonna train, we're gonna work out, we're gonna talk about nutrition, but it's the awareness that we need to have on our day-to-day regarding our healthy habits. And when you go in an app and you see the things that are there and you see what other people are doing, it's like it brings you a little bit more like, I need to track this. And I'm going to record a video. Let me make a note. How to add extra things that you're doing, because you can go there and add extra. You don't need to just do what I tell you to do. Like I said, it is a very, we started at a low level. I want you to do more and more. By the end of this 4 weeks, you're going to be doing a lot more with progressive overload. Thank you, my love, for sharing. Fabiana, would you care sharing a little bit?
Hi, Amanda. How are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, love.
I just catching up with all of this, and so I did some workouts, not yet through the app workouts, but I did do workouts through my home. I have a little gym thing called Tempo. I don't know if you're familiar with it. So it has some workouts in there, and I did some strength trainings on Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going to rest today. But I'm very, very sore. Everything hurts right now, and so I just wanted to. I'm going to give you an update on where I'm at, but I also have a question on like what to do when you're so sore. So anyway, let me just give you an update. So I went through the chat to kind of scroll back and see the things you had shared throughout the week, and I'm looking forward to understanding more about the food tracking thing.
Okay.
I know how powerful it is, but at the same time, I don't know that I have someone in my home that helps with the cooking, and so it's a little bit more complicated. It's not impossible, but it is a little bit like she just makes the food for us, and I just eat it. I don't participate much in the discussion. I mean, of course, she knows what we like, and I've given her guidelines, etc. So it's a little bit more complicated for me because I'm working, and then when I stop working, I just come and eat, and then I get back to work. So I'm not involved in the preparation as much at all, really. So
that sounds like heaven, honestly.
I know.
But I'll tell you what to do in that case. That's easy to.
Yeah, I mean, I have a food scale, so I could always weigh the protein, if necessary, just to get a sense. Because she puts sometimes little sauces or but she cooks really healthy. I think my issue is portion control, to be honest, because the ingredients are usually very okay, but I think I eat more than I should in terms of volume, and I'm not measuring, I'm not aware of how much everything has. So that is my concern because, and I have a treadmill that I walk every day while I work. So that's usually really helpful. And I put a weighted vest on and I do some exercises in the morning, just outdoors, kind of like I live across the beach. So I go to the ocean, I put my feet on the sand and I try to do at least 15, 20 minutes in front of the sun every morning. So I have lots of good routines going on. They're not always happening all the time, but
Yes.
my issue, I think, is primarily the food because
Okay.
I've alternated with other things. I've done fasting. Remember, I told you when I met you last year, I've done fasting. I've stopped the fasting the last 6 months just because I'm under a lot of stress and I'm trying to avoid extra stress. But
Nice.
I like what you're saying about the food 30 minutes after waking up. I'm really being more mindful about that, trying to get those at least 2 eggs before I start.
Yeah.
I think that's like 12 grams of protein or something. So anyway, I think I'm going to need more help with the direction of really how to go about measuring my food, and then how to recover when I do have sore muscles.
Deal. Let's talk about all those things, right? I'm taking notes on the extra things I'm gonna send you ladies this week. Thank you so much, my love, for sharing all those things. So let's cover all those things. And also, ladies, if you wanna if you have something that is kind of similar, or you want to jump in, you want to send us something on the chat, okay, feel free. Like I said, this is for us, for you. I'm building this as much as I can, cater to you, not to what I think you should do, but to what you need. Because the best fitness program is not the best if you can't do it. So it's not, there's not a one size fits all, even though we're in a group setup and I try as much as possible, try to get the most important things. There's always little topics that we can go deeper and take more emphasis on it. So let's go back. What you do when you're super sore. One of the things is you need to understand, if you're sore, you're probably sore in certain muscle groups, not on all of them. Sometimes you're on all of them. Let's say if you did a class, let's say you did a CrossFit class, you're probably going to be sore all over, which in that case, the best thing would be to rest. And by rest, I don't necessarily mean doing nothing. For someone who's active, rest sometimes means doing something different, something a little less, something a little more mild, like a walk on the beach, something that is restorative, even maybe a gentle yoga class, maybe a massage, maybe a sauna. Sauna really recovers our body because it opens up it's vasodilator, so it opens up your blood vessels, the nutrients, everything flows on your blood a little bit faster, so it's easier. People talk a lot about cold plunge. I think cold plunge is amazing. For us women over 40, not as much, because it does have a huge impact on our stress response and our hormones. If you're extremely I'll do cold plunge if my legs are super sore for a couple of days and they won't recover, then I'll do a cold plunge. This, for me, this is my last resource, but I'll avoid it. I'll do a sauna. Walks are usually good. So think about that. What you work with movement, you should also restore with movement, but a little bit different. It's not just sitting in front of the TV, because think about a rest day. It's not just sitting in front of the TV and doing nothing all day. It's gentle movement, usually a gentle walk on the beach, because of the this level of the sand is really good, because it's easier than just a walk on a grass. On a grass would be kind of the same, little less, but on a pavement, because it's very stable. So walking on the sand, it engages other muscles and it helps with that recovery a lot. If you're super sore, then maybe rest to the point that you have fever, or you touch your muscles and they are warm. That means a high inflammatory state. So maybe rest is a good thing. So it just really depends on that. Okay, so food tracking. Once again, the food tracking thing is so important because of that. It's gonna bring you girls knowledge, and knowledge is power, because you see a label that says healthy, zero fat, zero carbs, and you're gonna actually read. Or the thing that drives me crazy the most is you get a bar and it says protein bar, and you go check the label and it's 7 grams of protein and 20 grams of carbs. This is not a protein bar, for Christ's sake. This is not a protein bar. This is a bar that's add a little bit of protein, but it's a high carb bar. So tracking your food, what it will do is going to bring you awareness and knowledge of what you're putting inside your body, because sadly we don't grow up with that type of knowledge. It's something that is changing now, thank God. I think the next generations that are coming, the kids who are now in their 20s, this is so much more in fashion, let's put it that way. So everybody knows about protein and all of those things, but we didn't grow up with that mindset. We didn't grow up with that culture. So it's definitely something that we need to learn. And like I said, you won't have to do it forever, but the longer you do it and the more intense you do it, the more you will learn, especially about the foods that you eat. So in your case, my love, you have the lady that cooks for you. You're gonna go there, and like I said, it's gonna take a little bit extra at first. It's gonna, and I know because whenever I try to learn something different, new, it sucks because like I don't want to waste. Like I like doing things fast. I like the things that which I already know, but you have to pass through that if you want to really, take ownership of your health, because you can't rely on a coach, someone like me, or on a person to tell you what to eat for the rest of your life. You need to have that knowledge. You need to have that independence of you going anywhere, any restaurant, any shop, and you're like, oh, this is good for me. This is not good for me. This can be good for now because it's the best thing, but it's not really. So, but it's okay if I eat this right now. So all I'm trying to give you girls is total ownership of your health. So you're gonna get those foods that she cooks, and you're gonna go on the app. And I wrote it down here to send a video later of how to look for foods, how to look for the best. There's a meal tracking thing on the app, but you can also link with MyFitnessPal. I know a lot of you already use MyFitnessPal, so you can keep doing that. But you go and search, let's say she cooked, um, let's think about something very typical, like a steak, and you're gonna type in steak, and you're gonna get overwhelmed because there's gonna be like 150 types of steak, and you're gonna like, what the F? What do I do right now? Which type of steak is? And I understand it's tricky. So the more you have, like, okay, it's a New York strip steak, it's a 93% lean ground beef, it's a picanha, it's a whatever. You're gonna try to look for the right cut of steak. But even if you can't find the exact one, even if it's like a wrong measurement, it's still better than not measuring at all. Or even if she has sauces on it, or she does the rice and she makes beans and vegetables, it's okay. Try to log in each by one so you can kind of understand, you can kind of measure. So maybe she's doing I don't know, a paella or something that has all these things inside. You can type in there paella. And the more you do, at first it's gonna look like I have no idea what a paella has as far as nutrition. But like I said, the more you do it, the better you'll get. And that's what the chat is for. If you have a question, I might not be able to answer to you like at the time. Like say you're tracking like, oh geez, I have no idea. Snap a picture of the food, snap a picture, screenshot your phone, like, Amanda, I'm lost. What do I do? And then we're gonna try to figure out, okay? So we're gonna like problem solving all those things as much as possible, gonna make you like have more power over that and more knowledge, more tools in order to track whatever needs to be tracked. Got it?
Thank you, Amanda. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What do I do with the picture? So okay, let me just explain.
Mm-hmm.
My journey tracking food was actually, I did it like 3 years ago for like 6 months or 4 months with MyFitnessPal, and I lost 20 pounds just by tracking the food. So I know exactly what you're saying. I didn't change in my exercise. All I did was track my food for like 4 or 5 months when I was cooking like myself, when I didn't have anyone helping me. This was like 3 years ago. And so I know the power of tracking food, and that's why I still have my little food scale and all of that. That was when I was fully in control, right? Now, I know there's pictures where you can just take a picture and the app will just totally just supposedly like use that picture to determine what you're eating and all the macronutrients, micronutrients in those pictures. And even this app that you have also has that feature that you can just take a picture of the plate and it'll tell you. And that sounds like a little bit too good to be true. And I've tested it before using all these apps. And usually it's like, whatever, I take a picture and it's more like science fiction than it is real life. But I mean, it's a nice idea to say, oh, I just take a picture and it'll do everything for me. What are your thoughts on the picture features?
Like anything regarding like AI or anything that's too automated, you can't be 100% accurate. It's a nice way of trying to help us and trying to be more practical. But unless your food is like perfectly picture Photoshop separated, that would probably be easier to track, but it's not how we eat. It's not real life, we put foods on top of each other. Like I can put a cookie underneath my lettuce wrap, but I know the app's not gonna see that. So that's the thing.
Oh,
It's not accurate. So I much
it's
rather,
not, right? Yeah,
no, it's
I
not.
figured.
Yeah.
Ah,
Sometimes
it's
with
too bad.
people, it probably will be in the next 5 to 10 years, the technology is going, but it's still not.
It's still not. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so, but I just wanted to know if you had any like secret app that like use this thing, it'll work. But no.
Yeah, so I mean, love you. If you're eating more than what you think you should, as you said, and you've tracked, you have all the experience in tracking, you know what to do. You just need to do it.
I know. Yeah. I mean, and as you say, even if it's not 100%, I think I have that all or nothing mindset, right?
Yeah.
Before I tracked it meticulously because I had full control over the food and I was
Uh-huh.
cooking my own food and I was like, yes, and I could measure everything and I was like, good. But then I'm like, oh, well, now I have someone. So, oh, well, I guess I can track. I guess I won't track anything. I guess forget it. So I'm just like all or nothing mindset. And so I think your perspective of like, okay, just do your best. And even if it's not 100% accurate, it'll give you some idea of what I'm doing.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, on the event that we met, I talked a lot about that. Remember, that is
Yeah.
really what hinders us the most is the all or nothing mindset. I
Yeah.
can work out for 10, I can't work out for an hour, so I'm not gonna do a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
That's bad advice. You should do the 10-minute walk. You should do a
Yeah.
little bit rather than doing nothing.
I can't do my 4 hour morning routine, so I won't have any routine.
Exactly. See, yeah, it's like it helped me a lot when I was dealing with that because I dealt a lot with that because I come from a binge eating disorder, like uh backtrack and like lots of extremes with food and eating behaviors, horrible. And I read a book called Brain Over Bench that helped me a lot deal with that and did all sorts of things to heal that, thank God. But there was one analogy that really helped me understand that all or nothing mindset is like if you're driving a car and you get one flat tire, would you go ahead and poke all the other three? You would not, right? But that's what we do for our health. Like that's what we do for our bodies. Oh, I can't work out for an hour, so I'm not gonna do 20 minutes of anything because let me just poke all the tires. Who cares? That's what we do to us with everything. I know it's you're laughing because it's true. So like understanding that, I'm like, oh, geez, I really need to change that because I've been poking all my holes, all my tires all the time, and
Yeah.
it's bad. Um, so
Got it.
next time you think like this is not enough, think about that. 3 good
Yes.
tires is better than none.
I love that. I love that.
Really
So
helps. Go
so
ahead.
I have a sauna at home, so I'm definitely gonna I did it yesterday after my workout, but it's hurting a lot today.
Mm,
So I probably shouldn't have gone to like 2 days back to back lifting weights after maybe a month of not lifting weights. I should have probably eased my way into it. But again, I think it's that, oh, I'm gonna start exercising again. Let me do it every day, and then it's just like, oh, now I have to stop again. So that's again, I think another sign that I'm just very extreme, right? Either I stop working out for a
mhm,
month and then when I start, I go back to back 2 days in a row because I like it. I actually enjoy lifting weights. I do.
mhm.
Feels so good. So yeah, I think I need to. A huge part of everything that I'm hearing for me personally is going to be the mindset part of it, in addition to
Yeah.
the application.
100%. This is a mind journey. It's not a physical one. The body just follows what we put our minds into it. This is 100% the mind journey. That's why I'm so adamant about having calls and talking to you. Because yeah, you can get honestly, I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot here, but you can go on ChatGPT, you can go on Google and find any workout program that's gonna work for you. You can go and find any nutritional plan that's gonna work for you. But the mind thing, that's what's really going to change it because it's like anything will work if you do it enough. Any diet will work if you do it long enough, if you follow it. But it's the following that gets us because we all know like we shouldn't be eating a pint of ice cream or ordering French fries with every meal, but why do we keep doing it? So it's the mindset, it's understanding like how our body works, it's understanding how our health works, how our fitness progresses. That's the biggest trick. That's why like the ladies that I work on one-on-one and the competition, like Christine is here, she did a competition with me. It's like all those things they work because it's a mind game. It's not a how many calories in, calories out. It counts, hormones count, all those things count. It's not, I'm not saying that those doesn't count, okay? But I'm saying is it's not gonna count if you don't do it, if you don't understand the long run of it. And that's what I'm trying to do is like get you out of the rat race. I'll just like Lose 5 pounds, gain 6 pounds. Lose 6 pounds, gain 7 pounds. Lose 7, gain 8. Because as we do all our lives, we've all lost 10 pounds at any given point in our lives. Well, how do we lose it and keep it off? Or how do we get to that maintenance level where, like, even if I gain a little bit, I'm okay. I don't need to get desperate, because that's what, especially female body, that's what we do. Like, we fluctuate our weights with time. But knowing how to navigate that with grace, with health, with a healthy mindset, with not getting desperate. Like right now, I'm sitting on maybe 10 pounds extra than what I like to be after show. I look in the mirror like, and then I'm like, chill out, Amanda. This is for a reason. You put your body to a lot of, like, you went very extreme. It's okay that you fight back. But if I crash diet right now and I could lose the 10 pounds in 10 days easily, not easily, I'll starve myself, but I would. Then what's going to happen is next time I relax, which you can't live on that super like intense state all the time, I'm going to gain 12 pounds. And then it goes. And I've been on that loop so many times that, like, I know better now. It only took me 40 years to get here, but I understand now. I need to be able to let my body rest a little bit where I'm at right now, which is okay. Like, I'm not okay. I don't have my veins on my abs anymore. Oh, first world problems. But I'm healthy. I'm strong. I'm eating good. I don't have any super like huge intense cravings. I'm healthy. That's what matters. And then slowly, progressively, I'm gonna get back to my normal weight and then maintain, because I don't have competitions anymore, so I can just chill. So yeah, it's 100% a mind thing.
Hey, Amanda, I wanted to jump in and say something about the competition
Sure.
because, hi guys, sorry, I joined a little bit late. But one of the things that Amanda has taught me from this, the preparation for the competition, is to chill the mind out because I'm like, yeah, like our brains go into this frantic mode of like, oh my gosh, like I didn't do my workout or I ate 50. How many times did I text Amanda? I'm like, Amanda, I ate 50 calories more than I'm supposed to. And she's just like, you stressing out is going to cause you to gain weight or you stressing out is going to derail you, so I need you to chill. And
Yeah.
because we start to make these big things with our mind out of nothing versus just like, okay, 50 calories, no big deal. And that's why I loved Amanda, because she, like, having a coach just be like, it's okay, you're on track, relax, it's going to be okay. And I've had coaches my whole life, and I've had men coaches, and men don't understand hormones, and maybe some do. I haven't found one yet, but I like knowing that Amanda understood that and just always calm my mind. And the most important is the consistency, is just doing it. Don't listen to your brain, just freaking do it. Just do the workout, go for the walk, do the gym, just do it. And I one of my other favorites, Amanda, I'm just gonna keep giving you flowers, is like, hey, if you have a protein bar, at least have a protein bar than freaking, a candy bar. Even though, like, in our preparation for the competition, I know that all the synthetic stuff that they put in there, might not be as great, but it's better than nothing. And I love that mindset because, like, it's the extreme Fabiana that we talk about, right? Like, I used to crash diet, I used to binge eat, and now I'm like, okay, I'm chill. It's okay. I've gained, 5 pounds after the competition, or 6, or whatever I'm at now, and I'm okay. Like, I want to not stress my body out because I know that it holds on to fat much harder. And that was a huge revelation to me. But at least I'm like, I went for my walk. I got all my water. I still hit my macros. I'm good. Might have not spaced it out correctly, whatever. I got it done. Tomorrow's a new day. So just keep showering yourself and speaking good things of all the things you achieved, and button it up every day. I remember, like, as we got close to competition, how we had to, like, we just kept removing, and it got easier to remove because we mastered the other basics. Obviously we're not training here for a competition, but I learned so much from that experience. So
Thank you, Christina. I appreciate that. That's super, super inspiring to hear.
yeah, you got this. Just keep loving on yourself and keep doing the action. Don't listen to your brain. Just follow the plan.
Absolutely, absolutely. Amanda, would you recommend I track my food in my Fitness Pal and it syncs to the app, or would you want me to put it straight on the app? Or, I mean, how would be the quickest?
Whatever is easier for you. They both work seamlessly.
They
All
connect,
I ask
so if I
you
put it
connect.
there, it'll send it to the other one?
Yeah, so I just need to send you a link so that, or if you go on your thing, there's a way of connecting. So you go on the app on the far left, I'm sorry, the far right, there on the settings, if you scroll down, there's like a button to connect your MyFitnessPal. And you go there. I can also send you a link. So I'll send you a link to connect MyFitnessPal. Anybody
I
else?
mean, it doesn't matter to me, whichever works best. I have both apps right now, so I wasn't sure what would be.
So the thing is, just because you know how MyFitnessPal works, the food tracker on the app, on my app, works a little bit different.
Okay.
I personally like it more. I probably just because I got used to it. But MyFitnessPal, if you're already used to tracking, I just want to avoid another barrier. You know, if you have to learn another app, so just do
Yeah.
MyFitnessPal, which you're already used to,
That's what I used to
and
use when I did it. Yeah.
it shows automatically on my thing. So don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And if anything, I'll send you a picture of something that I'm like totally lost. But I think, when I lost like 20 pounds like 3 years ago for tracking, I think it was like 4 months. I remember I was working with a coach that told me it's not the tracking, it's that you're taking the time to pause before you eat. I don't know that she was right, but what I'm saying is I kept saying, "Oh wow, tracking matters. Look, I lost all this weight just from tracking my food. I didn't change anything." And she said, what it's not the tracking, it's just that the fact that you have to pause before eating to look at what you're eating and take that little mind of like, okay, what am I actually about to do?
Yes.
That is the huge benefit of tracking, because even if you don't put everything correctly or it's full of sauces and sides and whatever, just that you're stopping before just eating and you're just like, okay, what am I about to eat? And just doing the best you can to put it. I think that's also a huge hack of this process. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
Self-awareness.
Yeah, the awareness. Yeah.
So the thing that we learn a lot about, like when on my own personal journey, I did a health coaching course to understand the food thing, which is because food had a huge power over me, and I learned how to distance from that, which is what like it tricked the whole thing. Like I really need to share this with other women, and I was like brought me back to fitness because I was away from fitness for a while. But it's like one of the things is precisely that, is distancing yourself from food, because
Mm-hmm.
when we sit down, we have this thing in our brains. It's just like a survival thing. Like there's
Yeah.
food on the plate, there's food in front of me, I'm gonna eat as much as I can,
Yeah.
because it's still so ingrained in us, like nurture our bodies, because we don't know when we're gonna eat again. But no, we don't have the problem anymore. We don't know now. Today is like I don't know when I can stop eating, but is understanding and taking that pause and breathing, putting
Yeah.
the fork down, almost like thinking, like for me, it helps like think I eat at home as I would eat in a restaurant. If I'm like going on a first date with a guy, or if I'm having a business meeting or anything that's proper, you don't go and you sit and you eat and you talk. Like you take your time, you're all poised, put the fork down, it takes tiny bites because you want to have your mouth full. All those little things, they add up and they make you eat a little slower, because we eat too fast, we don't chew,
Mm-hmm.
we put a lot of food on our plates, and we just tend to overeat because is that like and what happens is it takes about 20 minutes for the gut and the brain communicate. So you should make your meal last at least 20 minutes in order for the gut to tell your brain like, hey, we're full. Stop
Mm.
producing hormones that make you want to eat more because we're done. But when was the last time you had a meal that lasted 20 minutes, if not at a restaurant?
Yeah.
You're constantly eating. You eat like in 5 minutes. I'm as guilty as charged of that. I'll eat in 5 minutes, blah, 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 and I'm like, 5 minutes after I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry. It's just my gut hasn't even received the food that I just.
Yeah.
So it keeps sending those signals like, eat more, have the dessert, have a little something, have a little more chocolate. This was so delicious, eat more. But I'm actually not hungry. Just my brain hasn't even received the message that like, hey, we're good. Stop sending food. So all those things, they contribute for us to overeating all the time. And that's what like Christina said, like just follow the plan. Sometimes like all you need to do it while you're on that training period of understanding how your brain works and how your body works is like, if it says on the meal plan that I should eat 4 ounces of steak, I'm gonna eat 4 ounces of steak, and that's it. And if I'm a little hungry after, I'm just gonna learn how to be hungry. Is another thing that we don't know how to do today is learn how to be hungry. Another analogy that I use is like, if you go out with your friends, you go out for dinner or something, and you don't have a jacket and it gets chilly, what do? You do nothing, because you're
Deal
not
with it.
you deal with it. You feel the chill, you feel the chill, and then your body will adapt. It's the same thing, or should be the same thing with hunger. Most cases, there are cases where a physiological hunger, we should be able to honor that. I'm talking about the psychological hunger. Because most of the times, like, I'm hungry. Well, you're not hungry. You're bored. You're stressed. You're sad. You're too happy. You're with friends. Like in the case me, I'm with my mom here. So my mom, she brings me back to my childhood, and all I want to do with her is eat, have ice cream and dessert. Like, so that's like a happy memory. But I need to understand, like, I'm really not hungry. That's just how we connect, which can be dangerous if we don't know how to, when to like stop that. So a lot of the times it's understanding that, and understanding that, oh, really, like if I'm hungry, I should be able to just sit with my hunger for 30 minutes and see what happens, instead of like automatically going to the pantry, like grabbing something just for the sake of grabbing something. So there's a lot of little tweaks and things that we could do, that we should be doing it. If you do them long enough, they will become automatic. Now, for me, if I'm like, want to eat some, because I work a lot from home. So I'm here on my computer and see my kitchen is not very far. So I'm here like, I should be eating something. When not, I'm just like sitting with a problem in my hands that I need to solve, that I don't want to solve. So my brain thinks like, this sucks. Go distract yourself with some dopamine. Right now, what is the easiest way? It's food. I'm not hungry. I'm just don't want to deal with work. And my brain's like, we shouldn't be stressing over work. Go have some peanut butter. Sounds like such a better idea. But it's things the brain gives to us, because the brain is always thinking survival mode. And the brain doesn't like to suffer. Brain doesn't like to go through hardship. Brain doesn't like to go through hard times. Brain doesn't like to be stressed. So whenever it faces a situation that is slightly uncomfortable, it immediately seeks for comfort. And what is the easiest way of seeking comfort? Fastest, always available, cheapest, nobody's gonna judge you, is food. Because we have sex, we have drugs, we have alcohol, we have
Shopping.
shopping, we have gambling, but all those things. It's my boyfriend right there. Hey, Amo. I'm in the middle of a call. I'll be done soon. He says hi. And
And
so that's so that's the thing. It's Amo.
Amanda, can I jump in? I just wanted to
Yes,
share
please.
because Fabiana, you were talking about tracking. Like when I started my fitness journey, and like I've been fit my whole life, very fit, and I'm in a very stressful career, and I assume most of you ladies are in health, and hence like going into this fitness journey. I made a commitment that I'm changing my life around, and that was like 600 days ago, that I'm going to just start tracking. I just like started tracking my food, and that brought me awareness of what I was eating. But I wanted to track and not feel bad about my food. So even if I was eating cake or having a glass of wine or two or three, like I tracked it. And some days I didn't even track before the meal. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm going to log everything that I ate today. I don't care. And I'm not going to feel bad about it. And these are the commitments that I had with myself. And that brought me to the awareness of what Amanda was just saying. Like I was bored, or I was dealing with some stress and I went to go eat. And so that brought that awareness. And over those, 600 days that I've been tracking, it brought that awareness. And slowly, I started to clean it up. So if I was stressed, I went for a walk. If I was stressed, I had a cup of tea. I just started swapping because I was aware of why I wanted to go eat that, and a lot of it was emotional, which, we live in a very stressful time. And especially if you're an entrepreneur, or if you work for a crazy stressful boss, whatever, like we have, or kids, it is stressful. And if we're not aware of that and we're eating, which is, I gained 30 pounds, like eating whatever, because I was just stressed. And, being mindful is what changed it, by tracking. And after 60 days, I stacked more wins, and then hired Amanda to help me reach my next goal. And here we are now, maintaining until the next goal. So yeah. So Amanda, I really much appreciate. I do have to run, ladies. I do have a call with a client. So Amanda, love you to pieces, ladies. So proud of you. Keep
Thank you,
keep
love.
up the great job, and I'll talk to you on the next call.
Yes.
Thanks for saying that, Christina. Thanks.
Bye.
Anybody has like a time thing that needs to run that wants to go next? Gina, Julie, Lori. We're talking about how was week number 1, Juju.
Oh, yeah, I figured you were gonna call me. No, I'm sorry I was late.
Maybe.
But I'm glad you said you guys were still on. No, week one was, to be honest, I was really excited to start the program. Then, like, I don't know, some things happened and I was like, oh shit, now I'm in this program. So then I started on September 1st and I felt okay. I'm gonna do this, and I'd say every day it helped me want to go to the gym, want to do stuff for myself and put myself first, over like work and other people. Because I would consider even putting work before myself one of my problems. Um, and then really today I had read, I think you had sent that this might be about not eating enough, some of the conversation.
It was
So
supposed to, but then we got
okay.
to check in, and I think this is much more important. That's
Okay,
why,
well,
yeah, we're doing like quick catch up on week number 1, and we're touching so many topics. So I figured
okay.
this is
Yeah, well, I feel like that one was big for me. Again, I'm just I take the GLPs, so it's hard for me sometimes to have the appetite, and even eating the protein is like, so it feels like monotonous sometimes. And I also, I had eaten so much the food that I've eaten in terms of my palate of what would you call that? Like taste, is so I expect a lot from my food. So to just be, not I don't think I'm really getting where I need to be with cooking what I would really enjoy eating every day. But
yeah.
I am aware of it, and when I do cook stuff now, I know to really include much more of the protein and I know how to get the flavor. I haven't gotten 100% yet, but I think I would give myself like a 40% for the first week, and
That's great.
maybe yeah. So I really wasn't even expecting that, so I feel good. So thanks, Amanda. And I liked your um every day, like the routines that you put together. I thought they
Mhm.
weren't too hard. I thought it was a lot to do the weights and do the 30-minute walk. Like sometimes I think one day I did 20 minutes instead, um and there was a cute guy in my gym a couple of times. So even though I shouldn't be saying that because I like somebody else, but that was a good pro too. So thank you for getting me out there.
Boo boo, that's lovely. Like 40%, as we were talking at the first, like a little bit is better than nothing. So and this is a progression. And we've known each other for what, 3 years. So I used to train Julie in person. We trained on and off. We became great friends. So we hang out a lot, and not so much as a lot because we're business women, so we need to grind and work. But
Yeah.
since we started training Julie, it's like you've made huge progress, and now fitness is part of your life. And that's the thing, like you're gonna reap the benefits of this for a lifetime because now you're aware, you understand
Yeah.
important. So it's that thing is not being perfect, it's just being aware. We're never gonna be perfect. Like I did the perfect thing for a stage, and it lasts for a week, maybe
Yeah.
a week before, a week after, and that's it. It's not sustainable. So we
Yeah.
understand how to do that for a lifetime. So if you look at a lifetime, and you ladies probably done that. I know I've done it so many times that I think I look so big and so horrendous at a certain point in my life. And then I look back at the pictures of the time that I thought I looked horrible, and I'm like, damn, I look so good. And then you start
Yeah.
understanding that, like, it's that self-harmful thought is really not helpful and is really not true at all. So it takes a few rounds, like, to understand, like, I know I may feel like I don't look good enough, or I'm not fit enough, or I'm not doing enough. But when you look back, you're like, wow, I was doing a lot. I did look amazing. I was like, yes, all that. So understanding that, you really need to
Mhm.
rewire your brain for not being so hurtful to yourself. Like, no,
And
I
actually,
change it. Hmm.
Amanda, I was going to ask you because I really have been trying to practice yoga every day and
Uh-huh.
that's like how I meditate. That's another thing is it's a whole nother hour,
Yeah.
that can I substitute something on your list for the yoga? Like what would
Of
be,
course.
like how does that complement what you're providing? Because that's my only thing that's different that I'd like to incorporate.
So the thing is, like, I was gonna, made a note here to send you guys a video of how to add extra things that you're doing on the app, just to make you, because sometimes if you don't,
Uh-huh.
I send you to do, you feel like you're slacking. You know, I want you to track all the things you're doing, like walk on the beach, stretch thing, or a class, whatever. Track all the things, because I want you to feel accomplished, and that helps you feel accomplished. Definitely, you can do yoga every
Okay.
day. It is time consuming, all those things that we do. Yeah, taking care of your health, it is time consuming, but it's also time rewarding, because you're gonna understand like how that's gonna be so good for you in the long run. But and you, Julie, I think you're probably one of the youngest, if not the youngest, on our group. So you still have a good few years, and you have good muscularity, because you know you come from a background of playing volleyball, so you have good muscles, so you can afford to not lift every day. If you
I can or I cannot.
can, yes,
Okay.
still afford to not lift every day. If you can do like, if you can do 3 to 4 workout sessions, like lifting weights for a week,
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah.
Because and the thing is, like, it's just the importance of muscle. But then again, ladies, that's the whole thing that I think about, is doing something that helps you, even mentally, like, I feel great. It's so much better than just thinking about the physiology of things, because our brain has such a huge power on how our health behaves, on how we like, even how we treat our body. So I was just talking about this the other day about running with a friend. It's like, yeah, I love running, but I know it's bad for you. Yeah, but like, does your brain function better? And by brain, I mean your mental health function better when you run. It's like, absolutely. If I don't run, I'm a wreck. Then why would you stop running? Now, you need to bring some intelligence to that, some emotional intelligence. Like, okay, I'm not gonna maybe run for 2 hours, but if I run at a gentle pace for 30 minutes, I still get the same mental clarity and mental uh, um, like bliss out of the run, without wrecking so much my hips and my joints and my bones, and losing my muscle. So it's all about balancing those things. What makes you feel great mentally, psychologically, but also what's good for your body long term. Okay. Lori, you want to go next, my love? Or maybe not. Gina, you want to share a little? I know we started talking
Yeah,
on the other chat, but
yeah.
do you have any
Yes.
questions or anything you'd like to even share extra with the ladies?
Well, first I do want to say that what I was telling you in the other chat, in the other Zoom, that eating the protein right when I wake up, I think that's been really great for me. And then also um doing a 30-minute walk after my strength training workout. That's something that I never did. I would say, "Oh, I'll do my walk tomorrow separately, alone." But now I feel really good about adding something on top of my workout, because now I'm like pushing myself harder rather than just settling for the workout and then not doing anything after. So for me, that's been really good. Um, over the last, I would say 3 years, I've gained about 20 pounds. So I'm in this place where I just turned 47 this year. I'm definitely in perimenopause with the night sweats. Um, and also I feel like, as somebody who's always been working out my entire life, I was a dancer, and then I've always worked out. Like, I've always been pretty fit, but I've had a hard time keeping muscle. So that's why really I'm in here too, to learn new routines to help me with that. Um, and then also just to help me feel better. And like what you just said right now, I love running. I haven't been able to run like I used to because of my knees, totally wrecked them. But so I'll do intervals. And that for me at least makes me feel like I did a little bit of a run, and makes me feel good. Um, what I'm learning now is tracking macros, and I actually just figured out how to track food in your app. So literally while we were on this call. So I think that's going to be helpful for me. But I do have a question. Because I watched the welcome, or the first Zoom that you guys did, Where are the meal plans that you had? There were 3 that you talked about. Where do I find those in the app?
Let me try to show you here real quick.
Okay.
But I can send you a video that you look better. But when you
Okay.
are on the app, let me log in right here. Let me take this bird off. It doesn't work. 1 second. Okay. So if you're here, I don't know if you can see my screen like mirrored or not, but it's still gonna make
Yeah.
and you scroll down. This is the group, right?
Yep.
You click on the group. So here at this 3, is it the 3 dots or the I in the top? No, it's the little I, like right here. There's a little I right on the name of the.
Oh, wait, hold on. But how do I get to?
This is just the group chat.
Oh, I click on my groups.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And there's
Okay.
a little I right here.
Yep. Okay, I see that. Oh, okay. I
And then
see it
there's
now.
files here at the bottom. Ah, no.
Hold on.
So you can click on files, just right here on the right side.
Oh, I see it. Oh,
All like
okay.
the meal plans,
Perfect.
all the files that I sent are going to be there. They are on the
Okay.
chat, so if you scroll down on the chat long enough, you get them.
Okay. I got them. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome, my love.
Yeah, so for me, it's just, learning to track and being consistent with that. And then also like understanding how much protein I should be eating, how many carbs,
Yeah.
that sort of
So
thing.
that was the whole thing of the call today, but we can quickly go over that. And I will send you ladies like an article, because for me, we're all business women here. So if you're probably like me, you don't just like to follow rules, you like to understand. There's a quote that says, it's from Picasso, learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. And I love that quote. So you need to learn the rules so you can play with them and you can make it work. So I'm gonna send you an article talking precise about that. How much is important to have the protein first thing in the morning. It's something I wasn't doing until this year, and I changed it. And I can tell you, I've never had so much muscle with so little effort in my life ever. Of course, I've been doing this for many years, so it compounds. But I definitely see a difference doing that, like making sure I have my protein first thing in the morning. So I'm gonna send all it's gonna be a small article here. I'm not gonna send you a 20-page thing for you to read. But so the thing is, like, it's that, and that's what matters the most, and I'm trying to change the most, is understanding that now we're all healthy, we're all beautiful, we're all functioning properly. But no, coming from a background that I coached lots of women in their 80s, in their 70s, and to think that that's in a short, like, for some of us, not here in this group, but we do have some 60-year-olds with us. So in 10, 20, 30 years, we can be on that level, and we aspire to be on that level, but want to get there as healthy as possible. And health comes through muscles. That's something, when I started working out, I had no idea. I was working out just for vanity, and no shame in my game to say that. But now that I'm turning 40 in a month, almost 2 months, I understand that what I've done in the last 20 years of my life, that working out, building muscle, was the single best thing I've ever done for my health. Because I compare myself with friends. Like, I just went back to Brazil, went checking, like, hanging out with my high school friends. All of them are at the gym right now. I was like raising my hands, like, thank you, God. They finally listened, but now they're all 39 like me, and they're having a hard time building muscle, because it is hard when you start that late. It's harder, it's not impossible. But the thing is, like, health, longevity, good metabolism, good, like, even mood, all things come through muscle. There's a doctor, she said, you've probably seen her, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She talks about the muscle-centric medicine. And she says that the American population is vastly obese and overweight, yeah, but the biggest problem is not that they're overweight, is that they're under muscled. Because you see a lot of, like, skinny people with a lot of health diseases, osteoporosis and all those things, because there's lack of muscle. Muscle is the single tissue, is the live tissue that's gonna keep you healthy, it's gonna keep your metabolism firing up. Like, I hang out with Julie all the time, Julie and another friend, Mickey. They're like, how can you eat so much? I'm like, because I have a lot of muscle. They're hungry. They demand those calories. But it's that thing is putting those those stepping stones and those foundations in our health right now is going to pay off tremendously in 10, 15, 20 years from now. And I know I don't want you to see results in 10 years. I want you to see results at the end of this month. But understand that this is a long process. Like building muscle takes time. And it's that's why a lot of people give up. That's why a lot of people don't do it, because you don't see it right away. When I first moved back to Miami, here 3 years ago, and I started training, I had my clients, and I still train a lot of them 3 years now. Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, I told them, like, you're all now starting to see it. And I see, like, because I have a technical eye, so I can see the difference in your body. But they all started seeing results probably a year into it, because it does take that long. Like, because you try to figure out your body. If you did everything perfect, yeah, it would be a lot faster, but none of us do. Like, I don't do it. For me, when I start training for a show, I start training 6 months away. I don't really quite feel like I'm on the path. Like, until 3 months in, because that's when I'm like, okay, now I'm on it. Because of that, like, we need to start like turning little keys and like slowly adding a few things, so it's a sustainable journey. It's not something that I go in and off real quick. Because I can make you lose, like I said, 10 pounds in a couple of months and maybe put on 5 pounds of muscle. Yeah, but at what cost? For your health, for your mental health, for your business, for your family, for your hormones. And the second question is it sustainable? Most likely wouldn't be. So let's say if you're telling me, oh, I'm getting married, I have a trip, we can do that. And I'm not opposed to those things, as long as you know what's going to cause. Like all my clients who compete, like, we're going to take your body to the extreme and there will be a kickback. Do you still want to do it? Like, okay, then let's do it. We're good with that. But Lori's saying I just can't turn the camera. Sorry, love. I'm gonna try to do it for here next year. So that's the thing. It's hard eating that much protein at first, especially when you're not used to. You're gonna learn that you're gonna have to get creative. And some of us think like Julie was saying, oh, it's boring. And yes, it is, because you're talking about, if you don't have any restrictions, animal protein. So that's chicken, that's beef, that's eggs, that's about it, fish. But then you can start like, oh, maybe I can add some cottage cheese, some Greek yogurt, like protein powders, some turkey bacon, some ham. Like you need to start like finding what you enjoy eating in a way that for you it's not going to feel like it's a burden. So in each meal you can have like 30 to 40 grams of protein, and you're going to be like, oh, I made it. Which that's going to be the daily habits of this week. You're going to see on the app soon. 30 grams of protein per meal, and you're going to see that that's going to be a lot easier. If you look at meal per meal, it's a lot easier than if you look overall on a day that you need to, like, oh my gosh, I need to eat 120 grams of protein. How am I going to make this happen? Well, 30 grams at a time. That's usually how it's easier.
Amanda, quick question. Did you like, I saw the sample meal plans, but is there a guideline that we should aim for individually in terms of how much protein, carbs, and fat we should eat? Like, because I know in that My Fitness app, it has you have to establish the goal for the macros, right? And so you have to tell it how much you want. I remember in the past, it was usually my body weight in protein is what I used to aim for. And then I think it was, depending on the cycle of the month, it was more or less carbs. You know, the first 14 days, I would usually have less carbs, keep a bit more toward the ketogenic type, not fully keto, but ketogenic-ish, right? Less carbs. And then the second half of the month, I would add more sweet potatoes, butternut squash, more carbohydrates to help progesterone, right? But I don't really, is that good enough for me to establish a guideline in the My Fitness app, or do you want me to be more specific?
So the thing with the nutrition that we talked about on the call number one is that it's really hard to give general guidelines on nutrition in a group setup, because in nutrition is so individual, right?
Right.
Training too, to a certain extent, but nutrition so much more. So there is some specific guidelines. I cannot send a thing that's going to fit all of you, but a few guidelines, and I just wrote it down. I can send it to you via email so you can do your own math, and then maybe you can share on the, actually I'm going to do that. You can share on the chat so we can kind of go over and see if that kind of fits good or not. But
okay,
first, most important thing is, yes, you should be eating your ideal body weight in grams of protein. So not your body weight now, but
Yes,
how much would
your
you like to
goal.
eat? If you're in a
Mhm.
maintenance level, then that's so like I'm now 150. I want to weight 143, 145. So I'm aiming to get at least 140, 145 grams of protein, not 150 or 155. Okay.
Okay.
You should have at least, at the very least, 20% of your total calorie intake coming from fats, because fats is more than just a macronutrient. It really affects your hormones,
Mm.
whole like production system. So if you zero your fats first, you should never, because that's not healthy. It's your body really can produce what we call essential fatty acids. There's something that your body can't just produce. So if you zero it, that's very harmful. Never,
Right.
never do zero fat. You can zero your carbs. You can live
Yeah.
without carbs. Wouldn't recommend it either. But so there's the protein, the fat recommendation, and then you fill the rest with carbs. Now, to understand that, and just I'm going very fast on it, but I'm gonna send you via email because some of you are like, oh my gosh, what is she talking about? Yeah, don't worry about it. But you need to first determine how many calories you should be eating, and that goes from your basal metabolic rate and your total daily energy expenditure. But I'll send it via email so you can do your math. You put it in the chat, and we'll go over it. Okay?
I have a Lumen thing, so would it help if I share where I'm at right now?
Yeah,
It'll tell
absolutely.
you what my current basal,
Perfect.
whatever is. I can send you my stats, and then if that would help you, let me know
Yes.
based on what you see, because it has a lot of detail of where I'm at right now.
Please, yeah, and I ask you ladies always like please share on the chat. And the reason why
Yeah.
I ask that is because when I answer your question, I can answer someone else's question. And that's where the beauty of this happens. Like if I had a one-on-one call with each of you, yes, we could go deeper, but I would be helping only one of you. And my
Right.
goal is to help all of you because it is within the community that we all grow,
Mhm.
that we all like help each other, we get better.
Awesome. I will absolutely download. I'm sure there's a way I can export my stats. I weighed myself this morning and it'll tell you everything
Uh-huh.
where I'm at and all those things you were asking about basal metabolic rate divided into blah, blah, blah. I'll
Yeah.
just send you all of that. And then maybe you can tell me, okay, based on this, this is what you need to put in the fitness app as goal.
Please do. That would be
Awesome.
lovely.
Yeah, that'll help me have some direction. Otherwise, I won't know what to do. Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Amanda. This is going to be super exciting. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, my love. Lori's saying she can't turn her camera or mute her thing. I couldn't neither, my love. I tried here. But it's just saying, loving the workouts. I've never eaten 170 grams of protein before. My question's about macro goals as well. Do you want to type in your question, my love? Or let me see. Let me try. Actually, let me try this thing. This is so weird. No, it didn't. She's saying she was oh, there you go. It's my settings. Oh, okay. Do you want to type in your question, love? So we can go over. Give me a second, ladies. But thank you so much for the questions. This has all been so helpful. And as you know, this calls are recorded. We're gonna upload them on YouTube, not for the general public. It's like a private link and sent to you all via email so we can all like go back to it, watch them over, go over order some things, so take some notes. Feel free to share like with your friends if you like want something, like we're just among friends here. Lori doesn't seem to be typing. No, she said she was gonna go on a swim. Okay, I got you. Thanks, girl. So Lori say my weight is 134, 135, 28% body fat. I just took the macro goals from your meal plan. Yeah, my love. So that macro is probably kind of what we're talking about this. That's a general recommendation. Let me see how much I put on the simple meal plan for that. You don't have any restrictions, right? So you're doing the full, because I put a plant-based, I put a pescatarian, and I put one omnivore, which is like not a lot of restrictions. You said 170 grams of protein. Oh, so that's a pescatarian version. Is that what you're doing? Because the omnivore has only 155 grams of protein, or pescatarian. Regardless, let's say if you're doing the pescatarian, which is 170 grams of protein, it is extremely hard. And maybe you shouldn't be, that's not that you shouldn't, you wouldn't have to be eating all that much protein. It doesn't hurt. It's not going to harm you in any way, shape, or form. Studies have shown that it's like you can eat up to, if you're talking about grams of protein, let me do the conversion, because usually studies, they use kilogram per gram. Up to, I think, 3.5 grams of protein per ideal body weight. So you see like some huge bodybuilders, they will eat up to like 400 pounds or 400 grams of protein. That's a lot. So like as far as your body being able to digest that, absolutely no problem. Now, is it necessary for you? Probably not. So if you're saying 135, 134, you didn't tell me your goal if you want to lose weight, but let's aim for at least like 135 grams of protein. So in here, what you could do is like, you could maybe, the 2 meals that have like 40 grams of protein, you can lower them to like 30 grams. That will bring it down to 150. And then, yeah, I personally, I like to aim for like bigger goals because I know it's hard. So I purposely put all of them super high in protein because I know it's hard to achieve. Because if I put exactly where it's supposed to be, I know most of us are not going to achieve that, at least not on week number 1. So we're going to be very under. So if I put 130 grams of protein, probably most of us would only eat 110 or 100. I think like, oh, I'm close enough. But if I aim at 150, 170, and you hit 130, sweet spot. So that's a little coaching trick right there. Gotcha. So if you do 130, 135, I'm more than happy.
Wait, can you say that again real quick? What was the coaching trick?
The coaching trick is to put the goal as high as possible. So when you don't hit the goal, you're still hitting the goal that I want.
Yeah, that's not a trick.
It's a good trick, right? It's exactly when I'm like, when I'm training you and I tell you to do 20 reps and you do.
No, I knew. Once you told me what the trick was, I knew what type of trick it was about to be. Uh-huh.
And you do 15 reps, I'm already happy because 20 would be like really good. But if 15 is already good enough.
Amanda, is there a best way to send you my stats in Hume from my Hume app? Is there a
Can you
preferred way that
screenshot
you
it?
just a
Screenshot it?
screenshot?
Yeah,
Okay.
send it on the chat.
Okay. I will.
Oh, Lori, then she says you're feeling pretty good on it. Then my love, go at it. If I go down on my protein, I'll put you go a little on carbs. You can split the calories between carbs and fat, okay? Because like you go, let's say if you go lower, it's a little tricky. If you substitute protein per carbs, it's 1 by 1. You know that. So if you lower, let's say 20 grams of protein, you can increase 20 grams of carbs because each gram of protein, each gram of carb has 4 calories. If you do protein and fat, 1 gram of protein has 4 calories, 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. So it'd be almost like 1 to 2. So if you lower 20 grams of protein, you should increase only 10 grams of fat. And if you're splitting the 20 grams of protein, you can do 10 grams of carbs, 5 grams of fat. Okay. Ladies, I have to bounce. This has been amazing and so rich. Oh my goodness. Please go in the chat and tell ladies, do not miss call next Monday because this is fire. Imagine like having all those questions answered. That's what I want. This is for you. Anything you need, anything, please tell in the chat. I'm going to start uploading all your workouts for the week now that I know it was super easy. And yeah, stay tuned and be active, participate, because the more you participate, the more I can help you. Thank you, Fabiana. Thank you, Julie, Lori, Gina, all the ladies who were here before, Trudy, Christina, and everybody's going to see this. I love you. Have a beautiful, blessed Monday. I'll see you inside. Bye.